Hi guys, my name is Christian. Hopefully you are all doing well. Hopefully you have checked out my Upton 251 episode, and when I recorded those vocals, I took the opportunity to record the Upton alongside my vintage Neumann m269c. And for you guys that don't know, the m269c is the broadcast version of the more famous U67. It has a different tube and a slightly different characteristic altogether, a more open top end and a bit more mid-bite. And in my opinion, at least on vocals, I do think that it is slightly better than the U67. So I've been curious to hear how a good 251 microphone compares to my m269c, which is my favorite microphone that I've tested on vocals. Today's test will be a blind test, but I will be revealing the test results in the end of the episode. I will also share my thoughts on how it was to process these files. But as always, if you are interested, you can download the backtrack and my vocal tracks. Alright, so that's enough talking. Let's jump into Pro Tools and have a listen on some music. Alright, so here we have the session. I've already sliced up the tracks, did LUFS readings, and like I said, I have processed them differently EQ-wise, and added de-essers and such, a bit different on both tracks, but the compression is the same. So let's start from the top and have a listen, and if you like, you can download these raw files if you want to take a closer look. No one truly has the answers. Every day I struggle through it once more. Keep things bottled up, never speaking my mind. Misinterpreted, I'm doing just fine. Every day I put a brave face on, serves me well, feeling helpless, facing it alone, hard to tell. Change who I am, how I feel. There's no end. I have done what you asked of me. Leaves me nothing to live for. Coming undone, way too high a price I should pay. You keep your pride while I die inside every day. Lie anymore, won't pretend. I've done all I can. You can't imagine the hell I'm going through. Not asking you to save me, I'm too far from heaven. Alright, so that was my little comparison. Which one did you prefer? Let me know in the comment section down below. And with that said, the answer is A is the Upton 251 and B is the Neumann m269c. So, to my surprise, I think these two microphones sounded quite alike, but we'll start with the Upton 251. I did feel that it had some issues in the low mids. I did have to use dynamic EQs to try to control that. I wouldn't say that it was a huge problem, but I did have to add some additional processing to try to solve that. It was also quite sibilant and I had to add some additional de-essers to try to fix that. The Neumann, on the other hand, did not have those issues in the low mids. I do think that it was bright but smoother in a good way in the mids. It especially took sibilance very good. So I do think that we have to give this to the Neumann, but keep in mind that a vintage Neumann m269c will probably cost you around $10,000 on the used market. And it also uses a very expensive AC701 tube. The Upton, I do think that the end result speaks for itself. It is a very nice microphone. And if you are into that kind of intimate sound that you get with a good 251 microphone, I definitely think that you should check it out. Alright, so that is it for today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. And if you like, you can hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you around.